Alrighty, this message is for my good sis who just bagged her first billionaire or baller per your own standards. Here's what the girls are not going to tell you that I am, because I love you and I don't want you to lose yourself in the process. And I don't want you to get your heart broken. So here we go. But actually, before we get into it, the first thing I need you to do is take out your phone, text your assistant, chief of staff, CPA, whoever, your secretary, and make sure that this man doesn't work for you, because I already know you're a boss. I already know you got it together. I already know anybody working for you is eating good. So let's just be sure that the reason this brother doesn't have a good job is because he actually works for you and you just lost track of your new hires. Okay, send that text really quick. Let's just Okay, now that we know who he works for, let's keep that energy. So, what I need you to know is that your nervous system must be intact. What can begin to happen when you bag your first baller is a slow creep of scarcity consciousness entering into your field again, but this time for different reasons. This time, the scarcity consciousness may be appearing because you may be under the illusion that A, he's the biggest baller, or B, that he's, and this is even worse, the only baller that you can beg. Neither of which are true, and actually, let's just debunk it right now. Okay, so, is he a professional athlete? Great, love that for him. I know he worked super hard to get there. Guess who's a bigger baller? The one who owns his team. All right. Has he raised significant amounts of capital and successfully scaled his startup to multi-millions of dollars? Great, love that. No, he worked hard. Guess who's a bigger baller? The ones who he's trying to get to acquire his company. All righty, is he talking to you? Is he talking to you? Do you exist? Okay, check. Guess who's the biggest baller? All right, now that we've debunked the myth that he's not the only nor the biggest baller and that there are other men who are quite literally running laps around his hustle, let's talk about how these beliefs may have begun to creep in. You are most likely going to feel extremely impressed by his accomplishments, be extremely impressed, attracted to his hustle, his routine, his habits, his work ethic, all of which are perfectly fine and totally normal. Most likely you are picking up on some of these habits, picking up on some of these mentalities, some of these mindsets and beliefs that he has, and hopefully it is expanding your world, your self-perception. But do not be fooled for a single second that you have to accept or tolerate any of the red flags, red carpets, egregious acts and behaviors just because he's a baller. Just because your cousin is banking on you landing this and saving the bloodline. No. You don't have to accept any of it. And honestly, I hope it works out because I believe in love and it would be great to bag your first baller and have it work out. But in the event that it doesn't, here's the hottest tea about the whole thing. The moment you let him go, you are going to quantum leap into a reality beyond what you were even able to imagine with him. Why is this fact? Because the identity consciousness that you had to operate within in order to bag him in the first place cannot be the same identity consciousness that it takes to then cut him loose. It's going to require infinitely more confidence, faith, and courage to let go of your first baller than it is to keep and even acquire one in the first place. So let it go. If you must, let it go when you're ready. Let it go and prepare to be amazed by what your auric field will begin to attract once you know that you never have to settle, not even for the capital B. Okay? Alrighty. Love you.